joy.
I guess I'll start with saying thanks for the wonderful introduction, Chloe. Appreciate it. I will warn you, mine is slightly less heartfelt than the other two have been. A little bit more another avenue, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm Joe, for those that don't know, and I'm sort of Amy's best man, if you get those at lesbian weddings, but that's what I am. I've been told it's quite an honour to be asked, to be a best man. But Amy went about it asking me in a slight different way. She was like, Joe, Chloe's got 3 kind of wedding people and I've got 2. Do you fancy being involved? Maybe being the best man or something like that. So it's nice to feel wanted. Now, I don't think any of you would argue with me when I say Amy's a fairly entertaining girl to be around. But, on occasion, yeah, sure, this is intentional and she's trying to have a laugh with you. But most of the time, it's so common to be laughing at her, let's be honest. And there's a running theme with just, for a quite an intelligent girl, it's quite amazing just how stupid she can be. I'll just take you back to a story just to demonstrate this. We were both working together, I must have been about 17, 18 at the time. And we were, I think it may have been a 50th birthday party or anything. We were working for a catering company and we had to just decorate the place during the day. And we were on balloon duty. And we'd been given all these helium canisters to blow up all the balloons and just spread around the place. But we got about halfway and basically the helium ran out. So me thinking on my feet, as I like to think I do, said, oh I know Amy, don't worry, we'll just fill them up with air. Amy's response was, Joe, we haven't got any air. Amy as well, most of you would probably assume that she's one of the most sociable people that you've met. But the reality is, if you're not family, when you met her, you may have been drunk, or she works with you. She actually tries to avoid meeting people at every cost. It's just not her favourite thing to do. And there's a few examples throughout her life, like when we were on holiday, on family holidays, you'd think the older sibling might step up. Like my dad's talking about the arm around the shoulder. I don't remember that. But no, she basically sent me off and I'd have to make the friends, and then once it was safe, she would then approach. As she got a bit older, she went to university. Most kids really look forward to this, away from the parents, have a few drinks, go on nights out, etc. Amy spent the first month on the phone either crying or actually just driving back, avoiding it altogether. She'll tell you it's one of the best years of her life, probably up to now. Not this one, it's a wonderful year. But yeah, she just doesn't like meeting people. And my dad mentioned it earlier with her fainting spells at her job as a physio. Now most people, she'll have you believe that it was just the ailments of the patient, she can't quite deal with it. But the reality is, my personal theory, she just doesn't like meeting people, and it was a good way out. Now, I've known, obviously, Amy my whole life, being 14 months older than me. She's always been there. And I don't have a lot against her now. Growing up, there were times when I wondered whose side it was, she was actually on. Because there was certainly no Siblings United vibe going on. Nothing like that. As hard as it is to believe, she was the golden child, until Beth got a bit older. I was the naughty one, the one the parents were constantly trying to catch. But they weren't alone though, because they had their chief spy, Amy, who would report back anything she found out. But it wasn't just that would have been enough. It was the fact half of it, she just held over my head forever saying, you're doing what I say, otherwise I'm telling Mum and Dad. So there's been ups and downs, but one of the most fond memories I have of Amy is Chief Protector. Maybe this arm around the shoulder thing did come into play. I was about 10 years old, and as much as you might not believe it, I wasn't, you know, the rugged man's man you see before you today. Yeah, I was hanging about with Jack among others, and we were just outside our house, and there was a guy probably a few years older than me. That's what I like to think anyway. He took a particular disliking to me, and it got to being physical worse than the verbals, and he pushed me against the wall. And Amy just turned into, you know, a crazy ball, charged at him. Being a girl charged at the boy and just knocked him to the floor, screaming, "Do not touch my brother." So, as much as she liked to make my life miserable, reporting everything back to the parents, it was her job, I guess, and her job alone. I thought I'd mention Chloe, obviously, being their wedding, not just an Amy show. And, you know, she is definitely a welcome addition to the family. You know, it's nice to have someone else that can answer a question at a pub quiz, because my siblings certainly don't help. I don't mean it in a soppy way, but, you know, it's almost like this, she sort of completes Amy, but not so soppy. She makes up for where Amy's lacking, shall we say. Like Chloe, she's quite sharp, she's on the ball. Amy thought Vietnam was in Africa not too long ago. And Chloe's quite a talented singer, you know, artsy and all that, whereas there really should be laws against Amy singing. And then it's quite nice to have a conversation with Chloe. She's got some information to throw out there. She's quite a conversationalist. Amy, if you want to chat about the Kardashians, she's your girl. But for all Amy's flaws, she's not too bad. And I guess she's grown up alright. Like, we get on pretty well now, and she's a good mate. But I would compliment her further, but she'll know it's just not really what we do. It's a bit weird for us. So, you know, I think we might be a bit emotionally retarded, but I can't say I'm surprised. You've all met my parents. I'll finish off saying I am genuinely chuffed that these two found each other, and you know, they seem to get on really well, and they just go so well together. And you know, the wedding today, they both look absolutely amazing. So I'll just have to pass on to Brian now. So.
How do you follow that? I've got some scribble notes in the back, which apparently is down to me to do the thank yous. What the hell am I thank youing? Bridesmaids. Ushers, even though one was 20 minutes late. Everyone that made the wedding possible. Who in the hell is that lot? That's everybody. That's everybody, isn't it? The people in the camera that keep video recording it.
Yeah, grandparents.
2 months late, grandparents.
Yeah. Right here.
And all of those that actually stayed calm throughout the whole proceedings. From the bows and the table. Gods. The amount of effort you must have put into this. Oh, it's so lovely. Give them a big applause, please. Now for my bit. And this is to Chloe. Forget you guys. Possibly I wasn't best father. I probably wasn't around as much as I should have been in my youth. in your youth. But I was there when it was important. The throwing on the bed, the wild rides in the dinghy, the teaching that Coe can do it, converting uni flat, to bailing you out of jail.
Still on the record.
To decorating the new home. I stick by that. I'll always be there for you, whatever you need. I've always, will always love you, but in my way. My way was helping you grow up in an environment where you could fall off a boat and fall in the water, but only when it was calm. You could cross a road, but only when there was no heavy traffic. It was all about helping you to realise the danger of life, and me as a dad being there to protect you against it. And as I was walking down the aisle today, I felt incredibly proud of all of these people that have come to support you in what must be a fairly unusual wedding. As we established, when apparently on a same-sex marriage, the groom is always the eldest of the two. I'm glad they put some rules. But I must admit that 20 years ago, I think I would have had a little bit of trouble recognising I'm being adopted. But in reality, one of the things I admire with people in life is that if you know what you're going to do and you do what you want to do and you feel what you want to do, then do it. Because you're the only one in control of your life. You are my daughter because you do that. You do what you want to do. And you're very successful at doing it. And because of that, I think you can have one of your life. Amy, however.
I'm screwed.
You're amazing. I think we wrote down some words. Soft, warm, comfortable, patient, confident, tolerant, direct, supportive. You're wonderful. Although you were a little bit stroppy when you first moved. So rude. I'm very proud to welcome you to the family. But please, look after my clothes. It's very dear to me. And on your vows, you have committed to controlling and looking after them. Now it's traditional for the father of the bride to impart his wisdom on life and offer guidance on a successful marriage. Sorry, what's funny about that? Yeah. I have some considerable experience, but I suspect that I'm probably not best to judge and to offer any advice. But on the former, what I would say to you, really seriously, there's only one golden rule in life. You've only got one of it, so make the best of every opportunity. Please. Regardless of what happens to you, it's your life experience that is important to you. So, I did wonder how I should feel today. Would I feel sad? Would I feel happy? But I see today that Amy's happy, you're happy, everyone around you is happy. So what I wish you now to do is to raise your glasses to this overwhelming happiness for Amy and Chloe.